Cyprus has named their Eurovision 2017 act. The season is on. Robin, you just wrote about the breaking news. Are you excited?
I am actually. This is the first artist to be announced. It's someone who I think he's been on people's radar before from the Cyprus national final 2 years ago. So there's like quite a lot of excitement building. There was the leak yesterday, and yeah, it's a good place to start with.
And of course, he sang the song Stone River back in 2015. The Eurovision Song Project in Cyprus, I'm sorry, it was a bit dire. There was nothing in that contest to keep me awake. The fact that John Karyanis won says it all. But Hovig, he did give us something. I remember writing at the time that I wanted to write his mother a letter saying thank you, because he was the only entry I was into. And also, he won the Wiwi jury by a huge margin, finishing in first place. I think what I'm most excited, though, is that he's working with Thomas Jason, who, of course, worked wonders with -1 last year. I don't like rock, but I liked that song.
Yeah, he's a very versatile songwriter. I think he's like a long-haired Swedish metal dude, so he can do rock, but as we've seen, he can also do pop really well. So I think he'll figure out what Hovig, his strengths are, and hopefully he'll write a song that goes with that.
I think that Hovig has a great voice. I think there's something gravelly and raw about it, which again reminds me of -1, and Thomas Jason obviously knows how to work with that. I think he has other things on his side too. The fact that he's of Armenian heritage will certainly help him with the Armenian diaspora vote. There are Armenians all over the place. And I think his experience, you know, competing against Evie Adamu in the Greek X Factor, he's used to being on big stages, so he won't be kind of blinded by the light. I mean, we see that in his announcement video where he's voguing in front of a white screen with some photographers. He is ready for his moment, honey.
Yes. I've been looking at some of his old X Factor performance videos, and he is actually a very versatile performer. He was doing big sort of rock numbers, sort of sweet, tender ballads, and also more traditional Greek music. So I sort of feel like anything that can be thrown at him, he can handle, but obviously, he probably would better suit something that was a more sort of rock that goes with that gravelly voice that he's got.
It's been interesting reading the reaction among our readers. Of course, there was a leak yesterday, which you reported on. It's very mixed, to say the least. Some people are saying this is a sign of Cyprus's lack of ambition. They're going back to the Eurovision Song Project and just picking the person who finished third. Last year, they picked -1, who I think had finished second. So they're going through that list of artists. I don't view it that way, actually. I think that, you know, perhaps they do have limited resources, but they already had a selection that produced several good artists, and there's nothing wrong with going back and saying, okay, we're taking that one, because he clearly does have the talent. He has a following. He's been on all these shows. I think maybe people are being a little harsh.
Yeah, I mean, he's been working. I was looking at his Facebook page. He's been gigging around. He's a working musician, and all he needs to do in Kiev is to perform one song really well. I was going to say 2 songs because hopefully we'll have him at the Weebie Jam, but he has his song from the national final 2 years ago, so there we go, 2 songs. He can do that.
And that one, I think, was an electro dance number, wasn't it? So he's versatile.
Yeah. He can really mix it up, but I personally like to see him do something that's a bit more sort of mature and rocky, but then maybe that's just me.
Oh, Robin, yes, giving us an opinion from down under. Well, that's what we think. What do you think? Are you a huge fan of Hovig? Is he going to be a Hovig star? Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
Let us know what you think, and if you like us, give us a thumbs up.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.